Good morning, students. Next topic we are taking numericals on the first unit, fluid mechanics as the properties of the fluid. So we have covered the theory part. In that we have derived formulas. The first property we are considering as a specific weight. So specific weight we know denoted by the gamma is the weight upon volume. So we know weight is equal to mg upon volume, and we know m by v is m upon v is the density. So gamma is equal to rho g. So we can write weight upon volume or gamma is equal to rho g. So weight unit is in Newton and volume is meter cube. So unit of the specific weight is the Newton per meter cube. Next is the specific volume. Specific volume is the inverse of specific weight, that is the volume per unit weight. So it will take as a 1 upon gamma. So gamma is the notation of specific weight. Gamma is equal to rho g, and specific volume is 1 upon gamma, that will be meter cube per newton. Next is the relative density. Relative density, or also called specific gravity. So it is the ratio of specific weight of the fluid to the specific weight of the standard fluid. So for liquid it is taken as a water. So we can write S is equal to gamma of the fluid upon gamma of the water, or we can write, so gamma of the is the, suppose, rho g for the fluid, and for the water will be the rho g water. So g is the same. So we get in the ratio of the relative density, or relative density we can take as a ratio of density of the fluid to the density of the water. So two formulas we can use for the relative density. One as the gamma of the fluid, that is the specific weight of the fluid upon specific weight of the water, and second formula for S is the density of fluid upon density of the water. So sometimes suppose it is given as a density of the mercury, specific gravity or weight density of the mercury is 13.6. So its density will be the density of that will be the 13.6 into density of the water is 1000. So we get 13,600 as a, so from relative density we can find the density of the fluid. So these properties are required. One more we have considered the viscosity. Viscosity is the resistance to the flow. One layer offers resistance to the movement of the flow, that is we have considered viscosity. So it is denoted by, dynamic viscosity is denoted by mu, and its unit is Newton second per meter square, or Newton per meter square is Pascal. So another unit is Pascal second. But actually we can use the another unit of the viscosity, that is the smaller unit as a poise. So it is in dyne second per centimeter square. So 1 Newton per Newton second, 1 Newton second per meter square, that is 1 Pascal is second is equal to 10 poise. So 1 poise we can take as a 1 by 10 of Newton second per meter square. So we can convert the Newton second per meter square into poise as a 1 by 10, or 1 Newton second per meter square is equal to 10 poise. Again, the poise is also bigger unit, sometimes smaller unit required as a centipoise. So 1 poise is taken as a 100 centipoise. 1 poise is equal to 100 centipoise. So this is the dynamic viscosity. Mu uh, mu, that is the, we can consider Newton second per meter square or Pascal second. Next we have considered, if there are two plates, one plate is stationary, another plate is moving with a certain velocity. So at that time fluid between these two plates, there is a velocity distribution, velocity is changing at high, particles nearer to the, can draw here separate, particles nearer to this plate are moving with the same velocity of the fluid, but due to the viscosity there is a resistance to the flow, so velocity goes on decreasing, and at stationary plate it becomes zero, and at this fluid is moving with the same velocity. So there means there is a change in the velocity between this gap between the two plates. So this gap between the two plates is suppose dy, and the velocity change is du. So shear stress, that is a one plate is moving with the another plate, so fluid shear stress is developed. Acting on shear stress produced will be the tau is equal to mu du by dy. So du by dy is the velocity gradient. If the gap between these two plates is very small, that is this gap is very small, we can consider the variation is linear. So du by dy will be the v by t. Again, shear force is equal to, we know, or stress is equal to force upon area. Stress tau is equal to force, we can consider shear stress as a tau is equal to force upon area, then shear force will be equals to shear stress into area. So this we can use the different formulas. One more formula required as a kinematic viscosity. So it is denoted by nu. Kinematic viscosity is the ratio of density of the viscosity of the fluid to the density of the fluid. Kinematic viscosity is the ratio of dynamic viscosity of the fluid upon density, mu by rho. Its unit is second, meter square per second, or smaller unit is centimeter square per second. That is also called Stokes. So unit of the kinematic viscosity, smaller unit is Stokes, that is centimeter square per second. So these are the formulas required to solve the numerical. So next we take first numerical. I will read as a 5 liters of oil weighs 61.8 Newton. Calculate specific weight, specific mass, that is the mass density, specific volume and relative density. So we know 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters of water, or 1 liter is taken as a 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube. So here the instead of mass 5 liters of oil is given. So we are finding first the specific weight. So already we consider specific weight is weight upon volume. So weight is given 68.8 Newton and volume is in liter. So we convert into the meter cube as a 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So solving this we get gamma as a 12,360 Newton per meter cube, or 12.36 kilonewton per meter cube. So this is we have calculated. Next we have to find the specific mass or density, that is the rho. So we have formula gamma is equal to rho g. So specific mass weight we already calculate 12,360. Density we have to calculate, and g is 9.81. So we can find density as a 1259.94 kg per meter cube. Next quantity we have to find specific volume. So already we consider specific volume is inverse of this specific weight. So Vs is equal to 1 upon dense specific weight of the oil. So we get 8.09 10 raised to minus 5 meter cube per Newton. Next we have to find the relative density. So relative density is the ratio of density of the fluid to the density of the standard fluid, that is water, or we can write specific weight of the fluid to the specific weight of the standard fluid as a water. So we have calculated gamma of oil is 12,360 and gamma of water. So density of the water is 1000 and G is 9.81. So specific weight is the rho G. For water will be 9810. So we can find the specific gravity or relative density as a 1.26. So as like we can solve the numerical. So we have given the 5 liters of oil and its 5 liters of oil and its weight is given as a 68 point Newton. So from that we can calculate different properties. Next we take the second numerical. I read numerical. If density of the liquid is 870 kg per meter cube, find its specific weight, specific gravity, specific volume. If the kinematic viscosity of the liquid is 1.2 centimeter square per second, obtain its dynamic viscosity. So we have given data as a density is given. So rho is given 870 kg per meter cube. Rho is 870 kg per meter cube. Then the kinematic viscosity, that is the nu, is given as a 1.72 centimeters per centimeter square per second. That is in Stokes it is given. We have to find out its dynamic viscosity, specific weight, specific gravity and specific volume. So already we have known the specific weight is rho G. So density is 870, G 9.81. We get specific weight 8534. Next we have to find the specific gravity. So it is the ratio of density of the given liquid to the density of the water. So we get specific gravity of the that liquid is 0.87. Or also we can find the specific gravity from the specific weight gamma, specific weight of the liquid, specific weight of the water, as a same answer 0.87. Specific volume is the inverse of 1 upon specific weight. So we get 1.17 10 raised to minus 4 meter cube per Newton. Next we have given the kinematic viscosity as a 1.72 centimeter square per second. So we have to convert centimeter square into meter square. That means we have to change it into the meter square. So that will be the 10 raised to minus 4. So we have given 1.72. So in meter square it will be 1.72 10 raised to minus 4 mu. Kinematic viscosity is mu by rho. So mu upon density is given 870. Unknown is mu. So we can find mu as a 1.72 10 raised to minus 4 into 870. So we get answer 1496.4 into 10 raised to minus 4. So mu is equal to, this is in meter square per second. So removing 10 raised to minus 4 we get Newton second per meter square. So mu is equal to 0.14. So as like we have given the density of the fluid and its kinematic viscosity, we have find its dynamic viscosity and other properties. Next numerical on the viscosity of the oil in a sleeve. So a sleeve, shaft sleeve is used for 300 mm wide, moves along a 100 mm diameter shaft at a speed of 0.5 meter per second under the application of force of 250 Newton in the direction of its motion. Its clearance between the shaft and sleeve is 0.075 mm. Determine the viscosity of the lubricating oil, fill in the gap. If the force of second condition is given, if the force of 1500 Newton is applied to the sleeve, what will be the speed of the sleeve? So a shaft sleeve that deal with the supporting the shaft is used as a 300 mm wide. and the clearance between the shaft and sleeve. So we can see in diagram, this is the shaft of 100 diameter, shaft of 100 diameter, and a sleeve of 300 is given, and the clearance between the shaft and the sleeve, this is the sleeve hatching shown, is shown here. So sleeve is given. The clearance between the sleeve and shaft is filled with the lubricating oil, and its thickness is given very small as a 0.075 means less than 1 very small thickness is there of the lubricating oil between the sleeve and shaft. So we have to find out the speed, find out the viscosity in the gap. So we have given the force, and for force we can find the shear stress. So force F required to move the sleeve will be the shear resistance between the sleeve and shaft. So shear resistance is the shear stress developed, tau is the tau into area of the moving surface in contact with the oil. So force is equal to, here we get pi, tau into pi dl, as a force is shear stress into area. Area will be here, the contact area will be the, it's the lateral surface area, that is pi dl. This is the length of the sleeve, and the d, pi d is the perimeter. So area in contact will be the pi dl. So force is equal to tau into pi dl. Also we know the shear stress is equal to mu du by dy. But du, as the thickness is very small, we can consider already as a, if thickness is very small, variation of the velocity will be the linear. So we can take du as a v and dy as a thickness clearance t. So we can change du by dy as a v by as a v by t. So force is equal to, we get mu, instead of tau we can write mu v by t into pi dl. So unknown in this, force is given, length of this is given, diameter is given, velocity is given, thickness is given, unknown is viscosity. So here mu is equal to, we can write ft upon this. So f is 250 newton, thickness is 0.075, velocity is 0.5, and the D will be the here. This is the, suppose, shaft, and this is the sleeve. So shaft diameter is this, and we have to add the thickness into that. So D will be the contact diameter, will be the 100 diameter of the shaft plus 2 times thickness. Thickness in the upper side and lower side. That is the total diameter will be 100 plus 0.5. So we are write diameter as 100 plus 0.5, 0.15, 100 plus 0.15. To convert into meter, we multiply 10 raised to minus 3, and here length is 0.3 meter. So we get dynamic viscosity as a 0.3973. So second condition we have given, if the force is increased to the 1500 Newton, what will be the viscosity? So we can write formula again. Force is equal to, we have get mu v by t pi dl. In this v, in this gap is same, so t is same, length is same, and the diameter is same. So variable is the, and viscosity oil will be the same. So variable will be the velocity. So we can write for F1 initial force upon F2 is equal to initial velocity upon final velocity. So initial force was 250. Next force, if increased to 1500, change in velocity is V2. So we can find F1 by F2 is equal to V1 by V2. From this, V2 is 3 meter per second. So this is a numerical related to the shaft and a sleeve. In that, lubricating oil as a viscous oil is provided. Next numerical, we consider between the two parallel plates. So two horizontal plates are placed, and 1.25 centimeter apart. The space between them is filled with the oil, viscosity 14 poise. Calculate shear stress in a oil if upper plate is moved with velocity of 2.5 meter per second. So two plates are given. This is the top plate moving with a 2.5 meter per second, and this is the bottom plate. The gap between these two plates is 1.25 centimeter. Means this plate is moving with respect to this stationary plate, and the gap is filled with the oil. That viscosity is 14 poise is given. So we have to calculate the shear stress, that is the tau in a oil if the upper plate is velocity is given 2.5 meter per second, shear stress is 14 poise. So we know to convert poise into Newton per second meter square, we divide it by 10, as a 1 poise is equal to 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square. So we have divided poise 14 by 10 to convert into the SI unit, Newton second per meter square. So gap between this is 1.25 centimeter. So again, using shear stress is equal to mu du by dy. So change of the velocity you can assume linear. So upper plate is moving with velocity u and bottom plate is a stationary. In that case, we get du change in velocity as a 2.5, and dy is the gap between the two plates, that is the 1.25 centimeter. So we convert it into the meter as a 0.0125 meter. So shear stress mu is 14 by 10, du is 2.5, and dy is 0.0125 meter. So shear stress we get 280 Newton per meter square. So as like we can find the formula for shear stress is tau is equal to mu du by dy. From that we can find the shear stress. Or using this formula, sometimes shear stress is given, we can find the viscosity. So next numerical, again between the space between the two square flat plates, parallel plates, is filled with the oil. Each side of the plate is 60 centimeter. The thickness of the oil film is 12.5 mm. The upper plate moves at 2.5 meter per second, requires a force of 98 Newton to maintain the speed. Determine dynamic viscosity of the oil in poise, kinematic viscosity of oil in Stokes if the specific gravity of the oil is 0.95. So again we have given the two parallel plates. Suppose this is a one plate and this is another second plate. The each plate is 60 centimeter, so that is its length is 60 centimeter of the one plate and another 60 centimeter. The thickness of oil film means the gap between these two is 12.5, smaller gap is there. The upper plate moves at a 2.5 meter per second and force is given 98 Newton. So we have to find the dynamic viscosity. Again we know tau is equal to uh, shear stress is equal to force upon area. So here force is given, that means uh, each side of the plate is 60 centimeter. So area of the plate, that is two plates contact, will be the 0.6 into 0.6 as a 0.36 meter square. Thickness of oil film is 12.5. Velocity of upper plate is 2.5. Then change of the velocity between the plate. Now force is given 98.1 Newton. So shear stress we know as a force upon area. So force is given already 98.1 and area is 0.36. So from this we can find the shear stress. Tau is equal to 98.36, 98.1 upon 0.36. So dynamic viscosity we have to find out. So we know tau is equal to mu du by dy, mu du by dy. So already we have considered tau is equal to this 9.81 upon 0.36 mu. Du change in velocity is 2.5 and the thickness is 12.5 mm. So we convert into meter, 12.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So solving this we get mu is equal to 1.3635. Answer is in Newton second per meter square. Now to convert into poise we multiply it by 10. So 1.36 multiplied by 10, we convert answer as a 13.63 poise. So to convert Newton second per meter square into poise we multiplied it by the 10. So we get answer in the poise. Next we have to find out in that specific gravity of the oil. So for that we required the density, we have to find out the in next numerical kinematic viscosity of the oil. If the specific gravity is given 0.95, so specific gravity is given 0.95. We know specific gravity is density of that fluid, density of the water. So density of the oil we get 0.95 into density of water is 1000. So we get 950 kg per meter cube. Now we know the formula as a kinematic viscosity is nu is equal to mu by rho. Kinematic viscosity is dynamic viscosity mu by rho. So using this nu is 1.36 upon 950, we get meter square per 0.001435 meter square per second. But we require answer in the Stokes. So Stoke is in centimeter square per second. So meter square we have to convert into centimeter square. So multiply it by the 10 raised to 4. So multiplied by 0.00143 by 10 raised to 4, we get answer in centimeter square per second. So we get answer as a 12 point, 14 point 14.35 in the Stokes. So Stoke is in centimeter square per second. So next we are taking numerical related to the surface tension. Now surface tension we have considered. It is the force acting on the surface of the fluid, tensile force per unit length acting on the fluid. So we have derived relation for the liquid droplet, spherical liquid droplet, then soap bubble or hollow spherical bubble. We have derived formula. The excess pressure inside, P excess pressure in excess of outside. Outside is normally atmosphere. So excess pressure that is acting on that liquid droplet is inside pressure minus outside pressure. We have derived formula as a P is equal to 4 sigma by D. So here sigma is the surface tension. So surface tension we can find from this P is equal to 4 sigma by D for the liquid droplet. For hollow bubble we have derived as a P is equal to, for hollow bubble air is present inside the bubble as well as outside the bubble. So for that we get it is the 2 times the P is equal to 8 sigma by D for the hollow bubble. And liquid jets, the jets coming from the nozzles, liquid jets, for that surface tension will be the 2 sigma by D. So this liquid jet of the length L, liquid jet we assume it as a cylindrical shape. For that surface tension, that is the surface is formed because of that liquid, and then that surface act as a membrane under the tension. So this surface tension is 2 sigma by D. P is equal to 2 sigma by D for liquid jet. So we take one numerical on this. Find the surface tension in a soap bubble of 40 mm diameter when the inside pressure is 2.5 Newton per meter square above atmospheric pressure. So inside pressure in excess of atmospheric pressure is given. That means this is a P. Inside pressure above atmospheric means excess pressure. Pressure in excess of outside is 2.5 Newton per meter square. Diameter is 40 mm. So we convert in meter as a 40 into 10 raised to minus 3. So using for the soap bubble formula is 8 sigma. P is equal to 8 sigma by D. So P is given 2.5 and surface tension is sigma unknown. So we can find surface tension as a unit will be it is a force per unit length. So unit of this is the Newton per meter. Force per unit distance. So where soap bubble maintain its membrane or its surface because of the surface tension, that is because of the cohesive forces. The vapor bubbles form a surface, that is a soap bubble form a surface, and the force acting is the tensile force, that is Newton per meter. So surface tension we have find. So three cases will be there. One will be the surface tension of the liquid droplet 4 sigma by d, for hollow bubble 8 sigma by d, and the for jet we have derived this 2 sigma by d. Next, last numerical we consider on this capillary rise or fall. So I read numerical. Capillarity we have known already, that is the if you consider a liquid and we dip a small diameter tube inside that, the liquid will be rise in this tube up to a certain height. This height is known as capillary rise. So this fluid will be rise because of the adhesive force between this tube. Adhesive means the glass material and the liquid. The liquid will be rise in this tube up to a certain height. So for this film will be under the tension. Tensile force is acting, making an angle theta with this, and for mostly the water, this water and glass theta is taken as a 0 degree. So this is the capillary rise. And in case of mercury, you can consider, in case of mercury the liquid level will be the below the general level of the liquid in this container. So when tube is dipped into mercury, its level we can see here, this is the level of the mercury in the tube, that will be below the level of the mercury in the container. That is a capillary fall or depression. So we have to find out this height. So calculate capillary rise in a glass tube of 2.5 mm diameter when immersed vertically. First case is water, second is mercury. So the surface tension is given 0.0725 Newton per meter for water, and surface tension 0.52 Newton per meter for mercury in contact with the air. So for water it is smaller and mercury is 0.52 is greater. The specific gravity of mercury is 13.6. Means density of the mercury will be the density of the mercury will be the specific gravity into specific gravity 13.6 into the density of water 1000, and angle of contact for mercury is given 130 degree. So we see first for the water. So water, this is the H, capillary rise. Sigma is the tensile force acting on the surface form in the capillary tube. So this small diameter capillary tube, the sigma is the force. So for water, the liquid will be rise, and theta is taken as that is the angle formed between the tensile force and the glass surface is the theta. will be 0, means water will be rise nearly vertical. So in that case we have considered diameter is given 2.5 mm, in the meter will be this. Sigma W means the surface tension of the water. This is the surface tension of mercury. So specific gravity of mercury is 13.6. So density is 13.6 times 1000. We get 13,600 kg per meter cube. So next we find first for water. So formula we have considered for capillary rise or fall is 4 sigma cos theta rho upon rho g d. So in that theta for the water is 0, means water rise nearly vertical in a glass tube. In that case cos theta is cos 0 is 1. So we get formula is only 4 sigma cos of 4 sigma cos theta will becomes 1, as a cos 0 is 1. So we get 4 sigma upon rho g d. So putting the values we get h as a 0.118 meter, that is 1.8 centimeter. So liquid will be rise in this capillary tube up to height 1.8 centimeter. So this is the formula that we have derived, 4 sigma cos theta upon rho g d. So for next mercury theta will be the 130 degree. Theta is 130 degree. So again putting h 4 sigma cos theta upon rho g d. So surface tension of the water mercury is given. Putting the values we get h is equal to minus 0.04. So minus sign means here the capillary fall or called as a depression, means we can see in the diagram. For mercury this height, this is the supposed level of mercury in the container, and the height of the mercury will be the below this level. So h is negative for the mercury. So h we get as a negative capillary fall. So this we have covered the numericals in the first unit on the viscosity and the properties as a surface tension capillarity. Thank you.